Self-improvement makes you attractive as fuck as a man. At 19, I took on holistic self-improvement and my dating life absolutely skyrocketed. So I'm gonna be breaking down why holistic self-improvement makes you attractive and how to actually do it. 19 was one of the most pivotal years of my life. I had my first real relationship end heartbreak, and what I did after that heartbreak changed my life forever. See, before 19, I was kind of a lost cause, just a feather in the wind. I had no real guiding path. And I had tons of anxiety. I didn't really feel comfortable in social situations. I had trouble making friends. I couldn't meet girls that easily. I had a lot of limiting beliefs and negative thoughts, the victim mindset. I had very low levels of emotional and social intelligence, so I was kind of dumb socially. I just really struggled in a lot of the key areas that most guys want to succeed in. Most guys want to be confident, courageous, great communicators, feel like they can influence the world around them. And that is not how I felt at 19. And that is how I feel now. And the reason I've been able to get to this point is due to holistic self-improvement. So after my heartbreak, I found holistic self-improvement on YouTube and I dove in because I was desperate for answers. I was a lost cause and I had so much emotional pain that I needed to do something. So I completely devoted my life to trying to improve myself and become the absolute best version of myself in every single area. So back then, the exact steps that I took was I started a morning routine of reading, meditating, and gratitude journaling that I have continued until this day over the last 3+ years at this point. This has been one of the most key foundations. It's continued to allow me to be on an upward spiral at different phases of my life where I've had ups and downs. The constant acquisition of new knowledge and always trying to learn and apply it. The ability to have really high levels of awareness through meditation and gratitude journaling, always trying to keep my mental health as good as possible, even in those down times. These are the key things that have allowed me to have an upward trajectory throughout the last 3 years. And don't get me wrong, I have made mistakes, I have fallen off, but this has been that core foundation that I have stuck with that's allowed me to really make tons and tons of progress. So the other things that I did was I drastically reduced instant gratification and I started to take on more delayed gratification activities. I started to push my comfort zone, do what scared me. This is part of holistic self-improvement, a part that a lot of people don't actually do, is really expand their comfort zone, do things that scare them. This is a serious way to level up and apply the different things that you're practicing. See, when you practice meditation, you're learning to control your thoughts. But it's not that hard to control your thoughts when you're sitting in your bed or sitting on the couch. When you go out into situations that actually scare you, now you have to apply that meditative practice that you do every single day and learn to control your thoughts and learn to de-identify with them and not make this into such a big situation, because it's usually not. And this is where that real growth comes in. See, the process of holistic self-improvement is basically one of you developing your mind to a degree that you otherwise would never have accomplished if you just went on in normal life. You can learn a lot from real life experience, and I'm a huge proponent of that. Real life experience is absolutely essential. But I think that coupling real life experience with holistic self-improvement, including those 3 key things, reading, meditating, and gratitude journaling, you will develop to a degree that is just gonna make you an extremely attractive individual. And this is why I created you guys a high value man guide. This basically just encompasses every single area of holistic self-improvement that you can focus on to become the absolute best version of yourself. And you can pick that up for free. It's the first link in the description below. And boys, why does holistic self-improvement make you more attractive? So we already started to touch on it, but I really want to dive into this a lot more. So there has been a couple instances where I have won over much older girls that are 5+ years older than me. And the only reason I was able to do this, and this is something that they told me, this isn't just me making this up. They've literally said, it's because of your level of development. You are so developed. And see, there is guys who go on to be 30, 35 years old, who have never taken the time to develop. And these girls will interact with guys like this, they'll go on dates with them, and they just don't have that level of development. They can't pick up on it. Whereas someone who is just 3-4 years into my self-development journey, tenaciously reading over 100, 200 books at this point, learning and applying, just going after everything I wanted in life, starting businesses, taking on sales jobs, just really becoming the best version of myself in every single aspect of my life, they can pick up on this in me as a younger guy through the way that I communicate. My mindset, my beliefs, my values, the way I speak to them, my confidence. These are the things that are portrayed that I otherwise wouldn't have if I didn't do this holistic self-improvement journey. It is just a requirement. I mean, there's really no way around it. I'm a huge proponent of real life experience and going out there and interacting with the world. But if you couple that with holistic self-improvement, if you're constantly absorbing new knowledge, trying to interpret it and view the world from a new perspective that you've otherwise never seen it in before, this is where I've been able to develop crazy levels of confidence as someone who was a shy, insecure kid growing up with tons of anxiety. I'm able to learn from different perspectives and apply the one that is most valuable and aligns with my goals the most. And this is in every single regard. It's not just confidence. It's every single thing that I do. I'm taking little bits and pieces of knowledge and applying it, and at the same time just having high levels of awareness through meditation and always keeping my mental health sharp with gratitude journaling, reflective journaling. And you can see how this all pieces together to make you a very attractive individual. So your looks are only going to take you so far, and they are something that you do need. That's going to get your foot in the door. But your self-development is where you're going to win a girl's mind and heart. So what do I recommend that you do exactly? So I did tell you my story, but I would recommend having a morning routine. So whatever time you wake up right now, I would just push it back an hour. You can even do 30 minutes if you don't want to start off like too crazy, if you feel like it's overwhelming. I would start with something small then and just read 10 pages, read 10 minutes, read 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I've gone up to an hour, and I'm not saying that you need to do that, but reading every single day, it will compound. Don't underestimate the power of reading 10 pages a day. Think about that in a year. That is a lot of pages. So if you can just start with something small for reading, this is really, really gonna help you out. The more that you can read, the more powerful you will become. I promise you that knowledge is power. And that classic expression is so true. It is one of the key factors that's allowed me to become this individual that I am now, that is 10 times as powerful as I was when I was younger. Knowledge is power. So reading is the core of this holistic self-improvement. It is where you're going to get your new ideas, your new knowledge from, your new personality traits, the new way that you act. These are all the things that you're going to pick up on and allow you to integrate into the journey that you're going on to be the best version of yourself. So reading is an absolute necessity. If you can do anything, 10 pages a day, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that is great. That's all you need to do. So start there. Next is going to be meditation. Meditation is absolutely essential because this is going to be developing your awareness. It's going to be allowing you to practice de-identification with your thoughts. So if you get a negative thought, you'll be like, well, this is not necessarily truth. And now when you're going to talk to a girl and cold approach her, and you might be scared like I was when I was 19, 20, and I was on this journey, I was able to say to myself, okay, well, this thought isn't the truth. This is just a thought. I can still go and act and see how it goes in real life, and I don't have to let this thought control me. And that's where the real power of meditation comes in, is practicing every single day the de-identification, gaining control and awareness of your mind, and then using it in the situations that scare you. And the last one that is for the morning routine is going to be gratitude journaling. Writing 3 to 5 things you're grateful for or more, I do more, is going to be one of the key things that allows you to train your mind to be positive, because I don't always wake up the most positive, as most of you probably don't either. It's not easy to wake up and be like, oh yeah, let's go. And if you got a big day ahead of you, you got tasks you don't want to do, it can be easy to be negative. But this is where the power of gratitude journaling comes in, is when you're starting to train your mind to be positive in these moments of negativity. And this allows you to be a more positive individual as a whole. Think about the compounding effect of this over years and years. It's made me such a positive individual, be able to be optimistic, see the light in any dark situation. Of course, I'm not perfect. I have negative moments all the time, but it's so much better because of the gratitude journaling. And another one is reflective journaling. So you don't necessarily have to do this part of the morning routine. I've done this at different times throughout the day. I will tell you, there's 2 different versions, one new one that's really cool that I've been doing. But the first one's just writing in your journal, like just writing out things. The other one is using ChatGPT, and this is so cool. So you create a journal thread in ChatGPT and you save that, and then you can record yourself talking for up to 10 minutes. And then ChatGPT will give you a whole breakdown on everything you talked about, action steps, it'll give you reflections, piece everything together for you, the way that you're thinking and feeling. And this one's been super powerful. So for me, I include that in my morning routine as well now. And other things to do is gonna be anything that pushes your comfort zone. So this is part of holistic self-improvement, which is a big part that people don't actually take, like a step that people don't take. And it causes a lot of missing growth that they could have had. So this is things like cold approaching, even things at home like cold showers, doing something that instead of being comfortable, you'd be uncomfortable, but it forces you to push your mind a little bit. Another thing is gonna be solo traveling. I've learned so much from solo traveling. It's been one of the key catalysts that allowed me to make this transformation. Going and trying new things, going to new places. These are all things that are gonna be a catalyst that allow you to cause growth. So pushing your comfort zone is an absolute necessity. And one other thing is working out. I always forget to say this in holistic self-improvement because I've just been working out for years now, but it's one of the things, like if you're not already doing it, you should be doing it, but most of you guys are. So I always forget that. And that's also part of my morning routine is after I do all those things, I go to the gym. So if you're not training, you need to be getting into the gym. It's so important. I have so many other videos about why the gym is important. So I don't want to go too much into the gym, but that is what it is all about. Holistic self-improvement. And one more thing too, like I mentioned earlier, is also reducing the amount of instant gratification. Now you don't need to be perfect and you don't need to cut out every single thing. But the more that you cut out, the less scrolling you do, the less video games and bad activities, the better off you're gonna be. And incorporating these delayed gratification activities is gonna do so much for you. So that is exactly how to do it. And boys, once again, if you want that high value man guide that basically just encompasses all the areas of holistic self-improvement, you can pick that up for free. It's the first link in the description below.